As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
To the person that sent that video to corporate and got me fired, thank you. And I know that everybody is gonna see this video too, and that's okay. I'm not gonna say anything wrong. Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No, I would have never fucking done that. But it seems like with my life, no matter how hard I fucking try, I end up fucking shut up. But I know that everything happens for a fucking reason. And I may not know right now what that reason is, but eventually God will reveal that to me. I love helping addicts. I love helping people. This job stressed me the fuck out some days, but I didn't care because it was worth it because I was helping people. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. My daughter is about to go to college, and I don't know now how I'm going to pay for that, but I know that I'll figure it out. And if you want to send this video to corporate too, that's fine. But to anybody that creates content, if you work at a treatment facility, if you work in healthcare, watch what you say very carefully, because it doesn't matter if you don't speak somebody's name. Just describing a situation is enough to get you fired. I did not know that, but now I sure do now. I don't know what I'm meant to do in this life. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I am trying to follow the path that I thought God had for me and wanted for me, but I just keep getting thrown different ways. Maybe I make stupid decisions, yes, but my intentions are always fucking good.
Isn't a fundamental part of being an American that we are able to express our opinions to each other without fear, without this kind of horror happening? And it seems to be something we have been seeing more and more of. And it's not even left or right. It's just people being taken out because of their beliefs.
There's just no place for this kind of violence in this country. I am heartbroken over it. I cannot believe that someone would kill another person because they were speaking their beliefs.
Well, for years, you and your allies in the media have been conditioning half of the country against the president, his supporters, and figures like Charlie Kirk. Trump is Hitler, his supporters are fascists, right-wing extremists is danger to our democracy, they're Nazis, you know the words. Yet you seriously sit here acting surprised when lunatics who believe your words decide to take matters into their own hands. Your side burn and loot every time things don't go your way. Your side tried to assassinate the president multiple times. Your side burned Teslas all around the country and wanted Elon dead. Your side assassinated Charlie Kirk. Your side is currently celebrating it. So don't talk to me about, well, this is not a left and right issue. It is the left. It's only the left. It's ironically the Democratic side who engages in political violence and killings of figures they disagree with. And every time something like this happens, you come here, you tune down the rhetoric, crocodile tears, ooh, I can't believe this. Then a week later, you go right back at the dictator and fascist rhetoric again. So you don't really care. You're just pretending. And for that, fuck you, and you in a corner too.
Fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my fucking job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. Ah! 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 Ah!
about Charlie Kirk ended up on Turning Point UK's Twitter account, so I need to address this because it's all getting a little out of hand. Let me firstly state that I am no longer at the Petticoat Emporium. My stall has been removed. In the neck at his own debate rally. I try to avoid American politics if possible, but I've opened X to a bunch of little bitches crying and whinging about how political violence is never the answer. These people are gunning for politics that is inherently violent to its people. These people are gunning for politics that are inherently violent to a population. To marginalised people. To people who need access to healthcare. This is the same across the West. This isn't just the US. This is England too. I'm sick of this idea that you can't meet violence with violence. If somebody was smacking you in the face in the corner of a room over and over, you're going to hit them back. You have to. You're not getting out of that unless you do. These people do not care if you live or die. They don't. As long as you can work for them and make them money, and once you're useless, they don't care. They want you to die. Why is anyone condemning that? Fucking them all. Them all.
Alrighty, so, what's your name?
Carol, I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So, unfortunately,
Alrighty, so they say they don't print
we don't
political
print.
propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years
That's
ago.
political propaganda, unfortunately.
So this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
I printed
What
out
makes it propaganda? Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to.
Our general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want
it's
to speak
totally
further
okay.
on
No,
the
we got
subject,
you.
If you would like to,
you're welcome to.
These are the type of people that we're dealing with. Again, these are the same people who preach empathy, who preach acceptance. They're hypocrites. Charlie Kirk was just assassinated due to their extreme rhetoric. Fascist, 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 Hitler, fascist, Hitler, fascist, fascist, fascist. Now we have leftists working at Office Depot who won't even let these people get their images printed. Think about it. The side of love, tolerance, and acceptance won't even print off a poster for Charlie Kirk after he was assassinated by a leftist extremist. These are the type of people that we're dealing with. Home Depot, are these the type of people you want representing your business? Is this how Home Depot wants to be represented? Is this the message you want to send out, Home Depot? Please let us know. These people are disgusting. All right, so that employee from Office Depot has been fired. If you're unaware of what I'm talking about, here's a video to catch you up to speed real quick.
For somebody that passed? It's not
It's propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't put that here.
Alrighty, so, what's your name?
Carol, I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So, unfortunately,
Alrighty, so they say they don't print
we don't
political
print.
propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years
That's
ago.
political propaganda, unfortunately.
So this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
I printed out.
What makes it propaganda? Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to.
Office Depot posted this like 15 minutes ago. We are deeply concerned by the incident that occurred at store 3382 in Portage, Michigan. The behavior displayed by our associate is completely unacceptable and insensitive, violates our company policies, and does not reflect the values we uphold at Office Depot. We sincerely apologize to the customer affected and to our community for this regrettable situation. Upon learning of the incident, we immediately reached out to the customer to address their concerns and seek to fulfill their order to their satisfaction. We also launched an immediate internal review, and as a result, the associate is no longer involved with the organization. We are committed to reinforcing training with all team members to ensure our standards of respect, integrity, and customer service are upheld at every location. Our customers and communities deserve nothing less. Accountability. Respect to you, Office Depot, for handling this quickly and efficiently.
Thousands of people have gone online celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and many of them are now losing their jobs. Many of the people you've seen cheering on the passing of Charlie Kirk started with this man who just moments after Charlie Kirk was struck, right in front of him, was cheering on video that Charlie Kirk was hit. Then you have this woman who was a nurse going on TikTok celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and now people have found out where she works and are talking to her employers. This man who wrote this entire statement here is actually in the military, and people have already alerted Pete Hegseth, who is essentially this man's boss, and will probably be trying to do something about it. You have another woman who is a 2nd and 3rd grade teacher's aide who was posting about that she wished she would have heard of another obituary talking about Donald Trump, but instead she would settle for Charlie Kirk. And this man, probably the most prominent person to be fired after their comments on Charlie Kirk, was Matthew Dowd, who was actually working at MSNBC and went on air saying some absolutely terrible things. But more and more of these videos are coming out, and more of these people are going to be losing their jobs.
I made some stupid comments about Charlie Kirk on the day that he was shot. I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so by my employer. And then today, on a weekend, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft. After 6 years, building the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department from scratch, I lose my job because one of you, some random person, reports my posts to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work, and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought, for an opinion. And you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it, and you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate because I don't like Charlie Kirk? That's not okay. It is not okay to target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel. I felt joy. That's me. That's what I believe. That's what I think of him. I can't help that. So I don't deserve a job?
Okay, little update on the captain who left this post right here. He's been fired. He's been relieved of his duties. I don't know what his duties were. He's under investigation, and I don't take any pleasure in saying that, number one. And number two, you guys stop DMing him. His account's gone. He went from public to private to deleted. You can't even find the account. Stop calling his command. Stop attacking this guy. Trust me, he's feeling the full weight of it now. He is, and so I'm just telling you, if you're on my page, if you love me, that means you love everybody. That's right. Even the captain. Sir, I love you. All right? Just sit down, calm down, call some friends, get your support network going. I'm being serious, you guys. I mean, that thing went all the way up. And don't take any pleasure in that. 23 years in the Marine Corps, I never took pleasure on seeing somebody get in trouble. Not seriously, not one time. So, you know, I do believe in accountability, but I feel bad at the same time, as weird as that may sound. But, you know, we got to take our medicine. It's just what it is. We got to take our medicine. We can't be posting stuff like that. I wish we would stop doing it. You know, I got videos after this I'm going to do, and that's a big reason why I post the way that I do. A lot of people would just be like, oh, you know, you're doing it for clicks and likes, or they call me a racist. One guy called me a white nationalist the day before yesterday. It's like, I don't even know what that is, dude. You know, I want service members to learn that this shit ain't funny. It ain't cool. Careers are being ended. Matter of fact, drop a comment if you know of somebody who has lost their career over social media. And I don't like seeing service members get in trouble, okay? And I just think there's these trends and this stuff with Charlie Kirk, and we're all in our feelings and emotions, and we just hit post. Dude, you're on active duty. You're going to lose 10 out of 10 times. That thing went all the way up today. But like I said, I don't take any pleasure in saying that. I don't. And, sir, I'm here for you. Seriously. You can call me up, cuss me out if you want. I love you. Love you. You know, and I hope that you're doing okay. And you guys can say I'm fake for saying that, but listen, these are teachable moments, you guys. We can't post like that, and that's what it is, okay? So drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think.
So I've lost my job. I got called into the office yesterday. I kind of felt like something was off, but they called me in the office yesterday, and after I finished like half through the work, and told me that they could either fire me or I could put a resignation in, but that would look better. But they fired me, or they're getting rid of me because of my TikTok and the book post.
I got me fired from my job. I woke up and told them I got the shit from the Charlie Kirk shit from yesterday. What the fuck? I'm not paying my rent. What the fuck, y'all? I told y'all I was gonna not give me fired.
A few moments later.
I just had to block all of my friends because they just have such different political beliefs from me, and I thought that we were the type of friends who would live together someday after college and like stay in touch no matter what. And I thought these were the people that I would spend my life with and grow old next to. These were the people who saved my life on multiple different occasions. And I just don't know if I can continue being friends with them because of this. I just don't know I dropped out of school for these people. I started homeschooling because of these people. And I don't know what I'm going to do because we go to such a small school together. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to face them. These people are my whole life. I don't know how I'm going to be able to avoid them. Yeah. I don't care if you think that this is my own fault for being the person to blow up these relationships, because everything that they say makes me feel like such a shit person. And I can't have that in my life. Not anymore. Okay, I used to not respect myself to cut people out of my life for things like this, but now I do. Now I respect myself enough to not want to feel like this. God, I'm probably gonna delete this because it's so fucking embarrassing crying on camera. But, God.
Worker at Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro was fired for remarks they made after Charlie Kirk's death. Let's get back to Peyton at the WKRN.com alert desk now with the new information. Peyton.
Yeah, the MTSU president issued a statement saying an employee offered, quote, inappropriate and callous comments on social media concerning the horrific and tragic murder of Charlie Kirk, end quote. MTSU says the comments were inconsistent with their values and have undermined the university's credibility and reputation. The employee was immediately fired. Their role at the university was not released.
Matthew Dode made comments that were inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable. We apologize for his statements, as has he. There is no place for violence in America, political or otherwise. And tonight, President Donald Trump also called out anyone making comments demonizing those who disagree with them politically.
It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible.
That's right. No room for that. And again, Fox Digital reporting that MSNBC has fired political analyst Matthew Dode over his inappropriate comments today, according to two sources familiar with.
Episode 2 of Let's Make These People Famous for the vile comments they have made about Charlie Kirk's unaliving. I don't care what political party you are a part of, this is never okay. We have a lot of these, so buckle up. This is Melissa Cook, and she made this vile comment here saying he is a terrible human being. Terrible. I do not wish blank on anyone, but him not being here is a blessing. She works for this school district right here, CCSD Panthers. They have made this statement addressing it, but nothing has yet to be done about this woman. Pause to read. This one right here is Stasia Sumter. She allegedly works for the Knoxville Community School District, specifically at West Elementary. She is a special education teacher, and this is her profile. She made this comment here saying, I normally would say till I see you again. So since I never wish to see you again, to you, I say goodbye. Then made this comment here saying, bye-bye, a-hole. This is Zachary Stewart. He is the Assistant Director of Admissions at Hampshire College. They have actually made a comment about what he has said, just saying that his comment does not reflect their values. He said, I'll say this once about Charlie Kirk. The man was not going to say all of those words. I will never mourn the loss of a man like that, ever. The only people I feel bad for is his children, simply because they will have to reckon with the kind of person he was. He was a horrendous human being. To be honest, I can't say his name. I think it's Whiny Bullock. He made this comment today saying, America became greater today. There, I said it. He allegedly works for the Greenville County Schools. They have yet to make a statement about his comment. This is Gerald Burgett, I think. He is the lead writer for Suns the Phoenix Sports. And they have made a comment we'll look at, but he said, truly, I don't care if you think it's insensitive or poor timing or decline to respect an evil man who died. Too many of you are more concerned about being polite and appearing to be good people rather than showing some backbone and standing on principle to condemn hate. He also made these two comments here. Pause to read them. Phoenix Sports says, we have addressed this matter and with the individual and made the decision to part ways. There is a lot more where this came from, so stay tuned for part 3.
People are getting fired en masse today. I just spent about 3 minutes just going on social media, and I already found 3, but this is not the this is not the end. This is just the beginning, and people are tired of it. Even people on the left are tired of it. They're tired of seeing people canceled because you don't agree with their political beliefs, because they voted for a man you don't like, and they are definitely absolutely fed up and tired of the violence. If you are somebody publicly celebrating a man with a family who is your fellow American because of him losing his life in such a brutal way, you need to take such a good long hard look in the mirror. I don't even know what to say to you. But what is wild are how many people who have their full names on social media, who are teachers, who are nurses, who are social workers, who are firefighters, public servants, a serving military person, and they are so comfortable putting this stuff out. I'm telling you right now, I'm just telling you the news and what's happening. What I'm seeing on social media, you are being shared. People are finding out where you work, and they're complaining to your employees. So the Carolina Panthers have just let go of one of their marketing employees over a post that he made on social media, basically saying that Charlie deserved what happened to him, and putting his post to the song "Watch Your Neck" by the Wu-Tang Clan. So this is an article from the New York Post, and this was their football communications coordinator. The views expressed by our employees are their own and do not represent the Carolina Panthers. We do not condone this of any kind. We're taking this matter seriously. Employee let go. Samson Property, thank you for contacting us. We're investigating this matter as we do not condone any of this behavior. Very similar post. We are terminating her and will release a statement. High school employee, Southside High School. We are aware of an inappropriate message by a teacher. This teacher has been put on leave.
Y'all, DC just canceled Gretchen Felker Martin's Red Hood series at issue 1. No more issues are coming out. They're all canceled. Mrs. Grimley here thought that she could get away with mocking Charlie Kirk's death when his kids and his wife had to witness it. And, you know, she was talking her shit on Blue Sky. She then got banned on Blue Sky. And the conservative comment community decided they weren't letting that shit slide. They retweeted that shit, and it got thousands and thousands of views. Everybody was reporting on this, so the silent treatment wasn't gonna work from DC. So they just canceled the whole series after issue 1. This was supposed to be an ongoing series lasting at least 20 issues. We ain't getting none of that. And thank God, this book had horrible reviews. Nobody liked it. It's so funny because if Charlie Kirk was still alive, you would still have your job. Him dying is what made you lose your job. Which is absolutely pathetic because that's probably the least offensive thing she's ever done. This person defended 9/11. This person says she doesn't even view Israelis as civilians. This person has a grape fetish. This person also threatened to slit a woman's throat. All of that was way before she got this Red Hood series. But make no mistake, DC did not fire her because she's a bad person and they don't want people like this working for them. They fired her because people was on her ass and it was way too big to ignore. So if just one positive thing came out of Charlie Kirk's passing, It's that we don't gotta read this shit anymore. I wish we could get her reaction to this, bro, but we can't because she got panned off of Blue Sky.
Thousands of people have gone online celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and many of them are now losing their jobs. Many of the people you've seen cheering on the passing of Charlie Kirk started with this man who just moments after Charlie Kirk was struck, right in front of him, was cheering on video that Charlie Kirk was hit. Then you have this woman who was a nurse going on TikTok celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and now people have found out where she works and are talking to her employers. This man who wrote this entire statement here is actually in the military, and people have already alerted Pete Hegseth, who is essentially this man's boss, and will probably be trying to do something about it. You have another woman who is a 2nd and 3rd grade teacher's aide who was posting about that she wished she would have heard of another obituary talking about Donald Trump, but instead she would settle for Charlie Kirk. And this man, probably the most prominent person to be fired after their comments on Charlie Kirk, was Matthew Dowd, who was actually working at MSNBC and went on air saying some absolutely terrible things. But more and more of these videos are coming out, and more of these people are going to be losing their jobs.
Well, I don't really care.
Meet Haley Curdell, a 911 dispatcher from Nashville, Tennessee. She has been put on unpaid leave due to her social media post. For some reason, Haley thought that this cartoon would be appropriate. This is a person that works in law enforcement. She's a 911 dispatcher. Well, she was. A lot of people on this app were making jokes about Charlie Kirk's assassination on social media. And today, they are waking up, finding out that they have no jobs and they have been fired or laid off. Well, what did you think was going to happen? Just because you don't agree with what somebody says does not mean that you should be doing stuff like this. It's disgusting. I hope they find the rest of the people that have been making jokes about the situation, and I hope they all lose their jobs. This is a sad world that we're living in.
And of course, the bullnose ring piercing. They always have that certain look I always talk about. It never fails.
Shocked. I was like, somebody actually posted this.
A Barrington teacher tonight put on paid leave after parents say the teacher posted inappropriate comments on social media about the shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
No remorse, no nothing. It was more so, oh, he got what was coming for him.
Parents say the post in question was a TikTok video. It's since been taken down, but parents we spoke with still saw it.
It was a post of a male teacher who is saying that the killing was justifiable.
Barrington Superintendent Chris Ashley first announced the school's actions to parents over email before addressing the issue again at tonight's school committee meeting.
We will be conducting an outside investigation into this. We can't discuss the details.
Any acts of political violence cannot be tolerated.
Parents tell us the teacher in the alleged video works in the high school and is involved in the union. Multiple parents spoke out during public comment tonight.
Having the most evil reaction to someone's death is literally disgusting.
To make our students feel safe, our conservative students feel safe, our Christian students feel safe, he needs to be removed.
The school said that he's now on paid administrative leave. Is that enough?
No, it sets the precedent that you can say whatever you want on the internet and nothing will ever happen.
And I asked the school committee for the name of that teacher. They wouldn't give it to me. On Monday, the school committee will determine who that independent investigator is going to.
So everybody, I wanted to take a little quick second to say something about everybody that was celebrating the other night or the other day about the issue. I just had a phone call, and it was a good friend of mine, and she was bawling her eyes out, squalling. She has lost her job. She got fired. Somebody had sent a video of her in a open group room similar to what this app offers, and had her and a bunch of friends of hers celebrating what had happened. And they had, I guess, clipped it somehow, filmed it and sent it into her employer because they knew who she was. And the employer has terminated her for her words, even though that's part of our freedom of speech. Like, how far else is it going to go? And now they have blackballed her on that. And then you're reading these politicians are talking about, because you got to remember the right's in power right now. So talking about, free speech as in celebratory of hate crimes and things like that can start to be prosecuted. Actions taken as you losing your employment, being blackballed against, everything on social media, because they don't just have your email address. These people have your IP address. These people have the information from your device. You have a GUI number on that device as well. And so they know. That's why if you get a verification, if you go log into a different account from another computer, they give you that double step of verification. They know which device you're on. So all of that stuff's got to do is get subpoenaed or somebody filming stuff. So she lost her job for making fun of what happened the other day. And so guys, you got to be careful what you do, got to be careful what you say, because there are, unfortunately, consequences, just like what they were talking about. So take it what you will, take the video how you will. Just be mindful that this person had lost her job because of her reaction to what happened. Y'all have a blessed day. I hope we can all just get past this, come united, and maybe, move forward in a healing process. R.I.P. to Charlie, his family, prayers. That's all I got.
Hi, my name is Quinn Pratt, and I like going on the internet and finding people who like to make fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I let their employers know what they're up to online. And we got 7 more confirmed fires. But before we get into this, I want to make sure everybody completely understands what I'm doing here. This is absolutely not political for me. This is not a political thing. It is a moral thing. I really don't care who you decide to vote for or really care what your beliefs are. That is your decision as an American. But what we should all agree on is what happened to Charlie Kirk was absolutely disgusting and deplorable. And it shouldn't be the butt end of the joke or mocked. And that brings me to my last point before we get into this list. I have been getting tagged literally in thousands of videos. And some of these videos that you guys are tagging me in, I might not like or agree with, but they didn't really do anything wrong. Just because somebody doesn't like Charlie Kirk and they said, I don't feel anything for him passing, I don't care that he passed, that's not a bad thing. That's not them making fun of Charlie Kirk. They are allowed not to like Charlie Kirk. They are allowed to feel absolutely nothing about his passing. And those people, I never give a second look because they're allowed to have those feelings. But anyway, let's get into it. Lucas from Wisconsin, you're fired. Shelby from North Dakota, you've been fired. Mary from Louisiana, you've been fired. Shauna from California, fired. Andrea from California, fired. Franklin from New Jersey, terminated. And Deborah from Kansas, yeah, your boss says you no longer work there. Thank you to all my new followers and supporters. I sincerely appreciate it. And I want to make it clear that I'm not going to these employers and demanding that these people get fired. These people are getting fired because the employer decides to let them go. All I do is being like, hey, just so you know, I saw this video that one of your employees put out, thought you might want to see it. And I do not contact the employer ever again. Whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or somebody in the middle, we can all agree that an innocent man's life was taken, and that is not funny. It's nothing to joke about. Some of us may not like what he said. Some of us may not believe in what he believes in or like his beliefs, but it doesn't warrant somebody taking his life. When is enough for us? When are we going to learn that we all come from different walks of life and there are many different beliefs out there and that that's okay? We don't always have to agree on things, but we also do not have to demonize or take the lives of people we do not share the same opinion with.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and my name is currently first on a website claiming to expose Charlie Kirk's murderers. You might be wondering how I got here. I'm kind of wondering that too. I already told this story to Wired, but let me tell it to you now in my own words. Because for the last 2 days, I've been getting messages like this, non-stop, claiming to know where I live and saying they're coming for me. Now, what did I say to deserve all of this? Let's go to the website and read the screenshots that they included of me celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. I said I was terrified to think of how far-right fans of Kirk, aching for more violence, could very well turn this into an even more radicalizing moment. Will they now believe their fears have been proven right and feel they have a right to retaliate regardless of who actually was behind the initial shooting? That analysis came from the fact that I am an experienced journalist who has extensively covered right-wing extremism. That's also why, by the way, a lot of people hate me and want to shut me up. And I was immediately proven right. Many far-right personalities are using this as an excuse to agitate and retaliate against their political enemies. That includes former conservative leader Andrew Scheer, because this is where it all started for me. The hate massively escalated when former conservative leader and sitting currently conservative MP Andrew Scheer took my words and called me twisted and said I have so much hate in me. Pierre Poilievre's wife also boosted this post. Then things got even worse when I got a DM from a friend of mine telling me about this website. She sent me the link, and at first I thought she must have sent me the link to the direct post about me on this website. But then I double-checked the link and I realized this was the homepage. My name was first. And then things exploded. The flood of threats turned into a tsunami. And as it escalated, I shared that I was scared. Then several massive American right-wing accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers took a screenshot of that and shared it saying I deserved it, without showing what I actually said. And suddenly I was like the face of people celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder, even though that literally never happened. And it's made the last 48 hours of my life a living hell. Every single person who's ever disliked me is using this as a chance to get their pound of flesh. But this is the part I really want you to hear. It's not just me. There are tons of people listed on this site who aren't public figures, who have never dealt with this before, and I am terrified for them. Some of the posts on this website are private messages. People are snitching on folks in their lives. And if they've received what I've received in the last 48 hours, which I'm sure they have, I'm so worried about them. People are out for blood right now. And there are people out there who are using this moment irresponsibly to serve up their perceived political enemies as a sacrifice. And for what? They're just proving me right. And I just really hope no one makes good on these threats, because I now have to live as if they might.